Now, it's only wise for me to say that Bafana Bafana, we are proud of you, making us proud as a country. Listen, you gave us a beautiful match with Namibia, that 4-0, and also keeping up your stance with Tunisia. Listen, we were screaming here. Keep it up, Bafana Bafana. It gives us hope that we're going to bring back the cup. You even see my shoes, colorful. It defines the mood, ne? Tanvanani, Dumelang, Madume, Africa Monte. I'm your host, Tise. So Masi, you can now be part of our family by following us on X. Is there Trendz on SABC. Reporting to you live from our SABC studios in Auckland Park in Johannesburg. Welcome to Trendz Live. Now, have you ever paid attention to your breathing techniques? Because it seems like a natural, automatic activity as we breathe all the time, even in our sleep. But believe it or not, understanding how you breathe under different circumstances largely contributes to you being enhanced physically and mentally regarding your well-being, and also taking your regular multivitamin shots. Now, Trendz Live producer Didintle Mokeleti visited the Equanimity Wellness Center, Africa's first psychedelic-assisted therapy center that spearheads holistic services in support of mental health and well-being in Sandton to explore breathing variations and boost her energy levels. Now, you saw those English words, the big ones, they were also testing my breathing techniques. Let's go have a look.
It's not a regular doctor's appointment, but rather a quest to better understand how breathing works. And breathwork practitioner Dr. Priyal Modi explains the need to explore your breathing.
People say, I breathe every day. I've been breathing since I was born and I'll breathe until I die. So why do I need to learn how to breathe? What people don't understand is that majority of us have a suboptimal breathing pattern. And the reason for this is because of our lifestyles, our modern lifestyles with chronic stresses, with restrictive clothing, with the type of processed foods that we have and the stresses that we endure, that our breathing becomes very locked up. So when you're stressed, you breathe in a stressful pattern. And when you breathe in a stressful pattern, you become stressed. So you get into a loop and it exacerbates itself. So through learning different breathing techniques and through optimizing, you shift out of that loop. And so you're able to become more aware, more conscious, more responsive. Just take a long, deep breath in and sigh it out. And so we retrain people to breathe more optimally, to open up their breathing mechanism. And when you do that, it shifts your entire physiology. It shifts your mental state, your emotional state, and your physical state.
Various situations shape our breathing techniques, like getting a fright or even sprinting. And being cognizant about our breathing in those circumstances calms emotional and mental distress. So a breathwork practitioner guides you regarding how to breathe optimally at different times.
Each and every person has their own unique breathing pattern. It's as unique as your fingerprint. And every mental, every emotional, every physical state that we're in has a corresponding breathing pattern. So think about when you're angry, how are you breathing? When you're stressed, it's also huffing and puffing. Think about when you're in a safe space, you're enjoying a holiday, like, And so you can notice, as you start to notice your breath, you can notice what is my mental state, my emotional state. The breath is also then that connection between the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, and the conscious mind, because it also reflects the beliefs that we hold. So as we start to shift our breathing pattern, we create new circuits in the brain. This nervous system is divided into the two parts. You would have heard of fight or flight, which is our stress response, and then rest and digest, which is our relaxation response. And oftentimes we are stuck in this low-grade stress response.
What is usually the outcome of your sessions with clients?
Sometimes they can have an emotional release during a session. It's not the case for everybody. You can experience tingling or different sensations in your body, but you go through a whole integration process as well. So even if you do have deep-seated emotions coming to the surface, it's integrated before you even come out of the session. So when the session is over, you usually end up feeling much lighter, much freer, like a weight has been lifted off.
Who would have thought that so many years later, I could be taught how to actually breathe properly? After this exercise, I absolutely feel a lot more relaxed, more in touch with my well-being, So my mind, my spirit, and my body feel a lot more connected.
As you come through our doors, a lot of clients come here with many issues, whether it be PTSD, they're struggling with trauma, depression. But when they come in and they meet our staff and they come within the space, you can feel like there's a bit of serenity in this place, there's a bit of peace in this place. And I feel like it is our staff who make each person that comes in feel more welcome. So all of these practices, they are very, they help cultivate a balanced mindset as well as a healthy body. And these practices are becoming more and more valuable as our lifestyles are becoming more and more stressful.
Then, getting some vitamin drips seemed a good solution to improve my hydration, address fatigue, and to support my immunity.
We'll be doing a jet fuel drip on you. I'm first going to start with your blood pressure. We usually check the blood pressures just to make sure that we don't overload you with fluids. The ideal blood pressure is 120/80, but obviously as you get older, sometimes it does go up a bit. The jet fuel specifically is an all-in-one drip. It has all our vitamins in it. It has your zinc, your vitamin C, your vitamin B12, vitamin B-co. Vitamin B-co is a combination of B1, 2, 3, and 6. This is usually what people come for an energy booster. If you're burned out, if you're struggling for fatigue. The B3 in here also is really great for the skin as well. Based on my experience, people tend to neglect and prioritize work only. We neglect to take our vitamins, we neglect to exercise, we neglect to take better care of our inside as much as we take care of our outside. Everything is about aesthetics now. If you're someone that really looks at a great meal plan, great exercise, this is something that could really be a part of your diet plan as well.
Can you get addicted to jet fuel?
I think the same way you get addicted to eating ice cream. If it's nice, do it twice. You know?
And after a good breathing session and an energy boost, I'm ready to brave the world.
Now, of course, what's Trendz love without fire, hot performances on stage whereby we dance and we sing? That can never be us. Now, after the break, we chat to Mnqobi Yazo, a multi-talented being, and you know him from his debut album titled Impi. Because Batimpilo Impi, you fight for what you want, and listen here, he has made sure that he fights for this one. Just when we thought he's done, now today marks the highly anticipated release of Mnqobi Yazo's latest album, Ubhoko, a 19-track sensation. But for now, nekete fela arisoko breaking da arife taste huridin sang chance. Please join me on stage and take us to break with a brand new single. Kanala di bitwang Ikude. Yavan, I'm learning Zulu. Over to you, Chance.
Ukukhala kwekude kuthaza ukuthi kusile emnyama nawe quqo wakho ay ukukhala kwekude kuthaza ukuthi kusile emnyama nawe quqo wakho ngithi uyosebenza ndoda ngoba impila yaswela umsila ngokuyalezela ngithi uyosebenza ndoda ngoba impila yaswela umsila ngokuyalezela shaye lamphuma khona bathakatha labo bantu ngizobathini ngoba bangakithi nami ngiyilunga lomphakathi mhlambe khona abasola mina nami ngisola bona songaqasha zindaba zakithi phela izona ezinika amandla ngitshela indaba mina ngakhatha ngizokhathala mhlanga ngenethuneni egcineni komhla hey nehlupha ngayo ukuthi mina ngiyayikholela basuthi ubariye imuna wayifonela hey aseke isikhathi sokuhluleka manje siyaphambila ngithi sifuna ukukhala kwekude kuthaza ukuthi kusile emnyama nawe quqo wakho ukukhala kwekude kuthaza ukuthi kusile emnyama nawe quqo wakho ngithi uyosebenza ndoda aswela umsila ngokuyalezeka ngithi vuka uyosebenza ndoda vuka uyosebenza ndoda ngoba impila aswela umsila ngokuyalezela on 5 ngeke nishone belambile ekhaya ngoba kusimpuphi ngasekho abantwana bengadlile shuthi kuzomele siyophanda hey bathi indoda ngemjuluko yayo nawe kumele uzame ungadlalela ubala waze kwabukhulu kwamdala ngoba kubekwe mina ekhaya ngabe sengifonela ubaba ngabe sengikhale kakhulu kubazali yazi ngizwa kuminhliziyo ngiphelelwa umoya uma ngicabanga ukuthi akuphathe kangakodwa ekhaya ngizofika bekhona yazi ngizwa kuminhliziyo ngiphelelwa umoya uma ngicabanga ukuthi akuphathe kangakodwa ekhaya ngizofika bekhona ukukhala kwekude kuchaza ukuthi kusile emnyama nawe qoqo wakho nawe qoqo.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Trendz Live. Don't forget to follow us on X and be part of the family. It's a Trendz on SABC. Now on to CoolPixie, a new Afro-Beat musician to be on the lookout for with a music career that started off in Mudimule in Limpopo. Now he's determined to grab the hearts of fans everywhere. The multi-talented Thabo aka CoolPixie has already released a few singles on digital platforms and is currently in studio recording his next album. Now we met with this aspirant young musician in Waterkloof Ridge, Tshwane. Let's go have a look and also have a listen.
An environment that makes this team of music makers happy. It is in studio where CoolPixie excitedly explores and records music after putting pen to paper. Did you know that Pixie is another word for a fairy? It's no wonder he chose to be a cool musical fairy.
Tell us about the kind of music and genres that you enjoyed listening to before you became.
I was listening to underground hip-hop, R&B, and Afro-Beat from Nigeria as well. Those are the music that I was listening to. Even Bujo Mujo is from my hometown.
How does African music also play a major role in the work that you do?
I focus on Afrobeat because Afrobeat, it has a lot of African elements. You can go to Mozambique, you still hear the same elements on Afrobeat. You can go to Zimbabwe, you can go to Nigeria, Ghana, like all the fuse of African sound, marimbas.
And he has already graced a few stages, collaborating with artists locally from Nigeria and Mozambique too.
While I was in Mozambique, I made a song with a lady called B-Bash, and the song was produced by one of the biggest producers in Africa, in Southern African part.
How has been the reception of the crowd so far?
So far, I think Mozambique takes the cup. Mozambique, I think they have adopted me. I can say that because even last year I spent almost a month in Mozambique doing interviews that side, radio interviews, TV interviews that side. So I think in Mozambique they are the ones who receive me well.
Professionally, me and him, we're in the music industry together. So it got to a point where I started DJing for him. And then he sends me a lot of projects that I review for him. He's one artist who has a lot of energy. I don't know where he gets it, but it never fades away. Always has energy, connects well with his crowd. So, like, he's just a passionate artist. If you see him live on stage, he can even drop you to tears. So, yeah, that's how I know him.
CoolPixie is my friend, but I'm also his photographer when he goes to perform and when he's in studio creating music. Then we daily do content for promoting his old music and upcoming music in his album. Whenever he goes to gigs, he's actually very professional. So there was a time where he was performing somewhere. So there will be ladies who want to come and, you know, get higher in an proper way. CoolPixie does not tolerate that. He appreciates his friends, but he's very professional.
CoolPixie's new album promises to have several genres and special guest appearances.
What is unique about you and your music?
I think the type of music that I make, it connects with a lot of people. And I don't follow trends. I make my own trends. I think that's the thing that differentiates me from other artists. Most of my songs are love songs. Nothing can beat love in this world. Wherever there's love, everything pashash. Most of the guys on social media, they say they want more music. So they say the music that I have on digital platform is not enough. So I was like, okay, since the music that I have on digital platform is not enough, let me just drop a full album.
I produce music, I produce beats, and then I send them to Pixie when I'm at my place, and then I record the songs, he send them through. Firstly, I met CoolPixie in 2020 with a song called Pitori Matlanye. And then it was a nice groovy song, and then I found out this guy on a vibe, man. So I said the man contact what can come out of this combination. Musically, I see him dominating the African market.
Here's what the multi-talented artist does when he isn't in studio. He also admits that the music industry is complex and for those with great tenacity.
Most of my time I spend it in the studio editing, because I also edit videos, I also do motion graphics, so I spend most of my time in the studio. But when I'm not in the studio, I'm outside busy taking pictures.
What are some of the challenges that you have as an artist in the industry?
I think in this industry you must know people in order for you to make it, because I've been submitting my music to radio stations, music videos to TV stations, but still it's hard to get playlists, and even associating myself with other artists is hard. Guys, please stream my music on all digital platforms. It's there.
We wish him all the success on his upcoming love-inspired album.
Mnqobi, who is popularly known as Mnqobi Yazo. He's a 27-year-old musician born in the rural KwaZulu-Natal in a village called Maphumulo. Now, Mnqobi Yazo has an extensive experience in entertainment industry, and he has many talents. Listen, he wears many hats, which includes acting in theater and film. And he also goes about playing with his voice, doing voiceovers, and what he is mostly known for, which is composing, producing, writing, and performing music. Now, today he released his latest album titled Ubhoko. Meneer, how's it?
I know, I'm good.
Welcome to Trendz.
Yeah, no, I'm complaining.
Let's start here. I want us to go back to the early days, grade 4, when you started rapping, my guy.
Those days, mangabe ufika election because bengisuke emakhaya. I'm back at home in the rural areas. Because and then when I went to the township eMlazi, that where like ngibona amajita I rap, and then nami ngathi hey, let me fit in and try this rap thing, and then but makhamba isikhathi that where I got and then ngahlangana nenye inkabe kuthiwa Edison. Okuyena kwangishiya sathi Mnqobi, when you can sing actually, like just focus on singing, and then that's how it began.
Ngifuna ukuthi siye ku grade 4 ne. Do you remember any rap songs that you had?
Oh my God. Hey, they were whack, man.
I can imagine.
Yeah, whack. You. I don't even want to remember them.
No. And then let us fast forward. I think in grade 5, then you decided to tap again into music, and you won a few awards because you were doing Istatamiya.
Yes,
I think that was then your comfort zone because now,
so lapho, ngiyakhumbula I was still like in primary, and then siwina ama awards doing Istatamiya, ngisengijoin igroup yasesikoleni, and then sawina ama awards. Fast forward wakhona, and then high school. Ila sengiqala khona ke now becoming like a musician, sharpening the talent now, lelo music up until ke mangifika college. College ila eseqala khona izinto seziqala ukuyibona ukuthi I know ziyacaca manje.
Okay, so then as you went to college, you went to an arts college, correct?
Yes.
How has that influenced you as a musician and the career throughout?
Hey, bro, it really helps a lot because, talent without skill kubuye kushiyana. You need skill like to sharpen your talent because like esikoleni there are a lot of things that you learn about ekumele ukuthi uzazi like as an artist not ukuthi kodwa ucule kanjani because I always believe ukuthi talent is just talent. It's either you have it or you don't. Yabo ayikho into ephakathi nendawo awulifunde esikoleni awuthi sawufunda ama talent lapho ubuye mayi sengiyi talented so into ozalwa nayo but to sharpen the talent ulenze iskill it really helps mina kungisize kakhulu.
Speaking of talent and skill, let me ask you, acting or music, which one takes first love in your heart?
For to music.
Music.
For to music because music I believe that where ilang para khona like I write what I like. You know, something that I feel that time ngikhuluma ngayo where else we acting I got given a script ukuthi Mnqobi do this and because ngiholelweke mfethu I'm getting paid I'll do that script you know noma kuthiwa ngiyifeel the role but I will do it anyway but on my music I write what I like.
Your debut album Impi, was there any reason for you to name it Impi?
It because if to life in generally impi uyabo ukube kuthiwa silwanga empilweni ngaba sikho nga we wouldn't reach a level esesifike kuyona nama achievements esesiwenzile through impi ingakho sesila so yayisuka lapho
and then vele uyala because namhlanje uthi brand new album
Ubhoko
and 19 track sensation right? Take us through the collaborations or the features that we can expect from the album.
From the album, the album very easy phumile. So ama features we have Igqoka Melisha insizwa engoma iParis, we have Olified, we have Uyolanda and we have omunye baba from eThekwini ko Hamasteli Undabasi odlala inkostina yena like he's playing angazi inkostina yesingisi accordion I think so with like kusebenzeke kamnandi nabo like they are really like inkabi or Olified really great talent out there you know mina cause angisebenzike ngabantu ukuthi udumile I need what I need if you have that voice I know what you are capable of killing that song I am featuring you because it's all about music
and then how would you say because now the first album being released right how would you say South Africa has received your music and also the anticipation of this highly anticipated album that you dropped?
Because I know like from releasing Impi to le ukuthi ngenzele kungithathe 3 years making this one you know because I take time when it comes to making ama albums I don't want to rush myself because ngifuna ukukhipha into engineshow nami ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukuyilalela I can listen to my album my own album ngingakhiphela abantu nami into engingayilaleli so kusebenzeke kamnandi you know up until and I'm really happy ukuthi at last like sengigcine sengikhiphile album you know abantu and then ngibonile abantu they are really happy bayithokozela bayithanda and I really appreciate like ukungibekezelela sonke lesisikhathi and wait ukuthi ngize ngikhiphe.
Any wish list, someone that you'd like to work with? Because I know you would love to travel Africa. And one thing that I know about you that you want to explore the African sound and its best authenticity, right? Any wish list, Nyana, Santa Claus, Christmas tree?
No, wish list, nowadays. A guy from Nigeria, his name is... I forgot his name, but he's a really dope artist. Yes, he once did a song with Ice Prince, Ice Prince Gakul, like he's really a dope artist. USA, Kendrick, man. Kendrick Lamar. And I love his art. Like I just love his art, like as whole,
Valentine is coming, Kuku. Where is your girlfriend? You are sitting at home.
I'll be sitting at home.
The song that you're going to be giving us is called Ilang, right?
Ilang,
the sun.
Yes, the sun.
You see, Mazulu is not that bad.
I'm proud of you. You're doing great.
Right, so with Valentine coming and you performing this song, you know, what message must we get from Ilang?
A message Ilang, like it... Cause njengoba mina ngile Goli like kumini relate kakhulu since ngisegoli yabo abantu esuke sibathanda abaningi bangale eKZN you know ngwase KZN I was born in KZN ngakhulela khona and then ngifikele eGoli for umsebenzi you know so ithini nje mina mhlambe makuyi Valentine ngiyafisa ukuthi ngibe nawe yabo la shona ilanga.
Shortly nje we're running out of time there. What's that message you have for a young Mnqobi watching the show now, looking at you and wanting one day to be like when? Just a short message.
Boy, you have made it. you have made it. Because langi corner right now, bro, I won't lie to you. Now I don't believe one day ngangzo figure in down and perform live on TV. Because something I think ibukela good. Even inganga ngasekhaya, they know. Now, but I wish you could bang a bugela me and then Babo no good it's possible.
Social media, where do we find you?
Oh, social media, Mnqobi _Yazo, Instagram _Yazo, Mnqobi _Yazo, TikTok, Mnqobi Yazo, Facebook, and then even on Twitter, same.
Well, Mzansi, you heard it yourself. That was Mnqobi Yazo giving us a beautiful one. And ati ilanga, let's see the sun, because Valentine is coming. We need that brightness. Veneer, over to you. Stay tuned. After the break is more of Trendz Live. Azisha Baf. I will lead.
You're so far from me, babe. Ooh, there. Yes. Sometimes I feel like I will seduce. You're so far from me, babe. Impela, ooh, there. Sometimes I feel like I will seduce. La shoni langa, ooh, la shoni langa. Wemta no mondo. La shoni langa, yazi la shoni langa, hey, wemta no mondo, la shoni langa, it's hard to think ukudela khona, engathi ungamuvuzela khona mina. Hey, sometimes I cry, whoa. Engathi ungamuvuzela khona. Wena ude muntu wami shiyana ngebanga elide. Indizamshine yodwa ufike. Oh, ufike. You're so far from me, babe. Ooh, there. Sometimes I feel like I will seduce. You're so far from me, babe. Impela ude. Sometimes I feel like I will seduce. La shoni langa, oh la shoni langa. Wemta no mondo. La shoni langa, yazi la shoni langa. Wemta no mondo. La shoni langa. Yiphile kanjani when you dead far. Ngoba fana na wangakamboni so far. Yiphile kanjani when you dead far. Ngoba fana na wangakamboni so far. Impela ude muntu wami shiyane bangelide. You're so far from me, babe. Ooh, there.
Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Trendz Live. Now on to a VIP short left. Now, did you know that within Africa's richest square mile lies several art galleries? While Thabo the Tourist's latest curation is a fulfilling art gallery hopping experience through Sandton. Now designed for both local and international tourists, we joined Thabo on the Sandton VIP Art Experience. Let's go have a look.
A tour full of the enchanting aroma of Sandton.
So guys, here is the cream de la cream.
Walking around Africa's richest square mile becomes a discovery of its vibrant and diverse cultural landscape. And what better way to navigate its artistic aspect than with Thabo the Tourist as the compass?
I'm an art tourism connoisseur. So unlike other tour operators, I chose to focus on art tourism because it's something that it's a lot of, in our tourism industry, is still not being paid attention to. So now I'm all about exposing art galleries, art studios, and also do a little bit of graffiti.
Why is it ideal for all of us to have a tour guide when we visit these spaces?
I teach people how to view art. I teach people how to connect with art and also connect with people at the same time. Yeah, the truth is many people find it intimidating to visit art gallery spaces alone, either being the first time or not. So then I chose them to be there to accompany you, design that itinerary, advise you when necessary.
We've got a wide variety of artworks ranging from sculpture to painting to drawing to mixed media, and we work with mid-career to established artists. I think it's really important that people enrich themselves culturally. And in an art basis, coming and engaging with artworks in a space like this, you get a unique insight into another individual's life story and their concepts behind the work. And they've got some really important stories to tell, you know, whether it be about themselves or about a universal perspective as well.
As Black people, where we're coming from and we're thinking about art, it seems like something that is very extravagant and something that is really far removed from our realities, when in fact we are creators, we create every day. So in terms of like art gallery, the way that it's packaged, it's like away from our communities, it's away from our reach, and that kind of makes it complicated for people who are artists to kind of like reach into that market and, you know, share art and be part of this world.
Kingdom Art belongs to an artist, Talent Mnqobi. He's been showcasing his creativity here for more than 10 years.
At a certain point, everyone has a birthday or they want to gift their loved ones. So it's easier to penetrate the portrait industry than being in the galleries. You understand? So that's why I focused on portraiture. I do them in charcoal, I do them in pastels, but my favorite medium it's oil paint, because oil paint lasts much longer. It can go up to 500 years. So it's my favorite medium, and it's easy to maneuver, easy to use. Reaction of the clients after they see their work, understand, after they see their painting, the joy that it brings them. Most of the guys, they give you feedback, the joy and the love that comes behind that, it's priceless.
2 other exclusive galleries are included on this tour before our final destination, the Mandela VIP Art Exhibition.
We Love Mandela Gallery is about presenting the idea of Mandela and gold together. And so we are presenting artworks of Mandela. We have 48 artworks up at the moment by 27 different artists, mostly South African, but also some from around the world. And so we're presenting the idea of Mandela and his legacy. We have artworks ranging from beading to sculpture, from traditional sculpture coming out of Limpopo, actually, by father and son, which is, I think, quite lovely to see. We have some mosaics, traditional oil paintings as well as your sort of newer artworks, your more multidisciplinary work as well. We have an artist who works in rust, actually, which is quite unique. The genesis of the exhibition was to commemorate the 10-year passing of Mandela.
We've incorporated pictures, artwork, and also mementos of Madiba that has been collected over a period of time, and also from his time frame of being out of prison and his struggle. What we've also incorporated in this process is the South African gold coin exchange experience, which is the gold experience.
So this is an ounce of gold. It's got a picture of Mandela and a plaque on it,
which is to showcase coins, to educate clients on development of coin. At the gallery, we do have a couple of different showcase of coins. We have Madiba, we have Naturas, which are the animal faces, the big 5. We also have silvers, which is then we cater for the Nobel.
I wanted to have something exclusive, you know, something fresh, something arty, and just to add a little bit of flair into that, and Sandton was my location. The main idea is also to promote inclusivity. I want to introduce more people of color into these art gallery spaces. And over and above that, also introduce tourists into these art spaces, and also locals as well.
Mission accomplished. Amazed by the stunning collection of sculptures and contemporary African fine art exhibitions right in the hub of Johannesburg. Now that's indeed a Sandton VIP Art Experience.
Now, music plays a very big part in our day-to-day life, and the beauty of creativity is that you can enjoy music in any way possible. Now, music lovers in Cape Town were in for a treat as they experienced a once-off social audio experience that had Mzansi's top musicians. Now, Slepe Maifadi was out there for the vibe. Let's see. Let's go have a look.
As we continued to explore the mother city, looking for cool activities and vibes to catch, we were introduced to the social sound.
Today we're here for a special secret event brought to you by Schweppes. We've got some really interesting talent that's going to come perform for our audience. But before they get to the talent, it's a bit of a puzzle. They have to put on their headsets. There's a little bit of technology that we're using. You know, historically, headsets have actually been for getting into your own space, getting into your own zone. But today, we're using it for people to find a secret venue, to socialize, to get together, and to go have fun tonight. So it's almost like a secret hunt. You put on the headsets. There's different sounds and different beats that have been separated, right? So the closer you move to the venue, the louder the sound gets. We'll be getting hints and tips as well to get you to the venue. And when you get to the venue, you'll meet Dali, you'll have a fun time, and there's also a few surprises that we've got for people as well.
As scenic as it was, what Cape Townians considered casual strolls around the city seemed like intense exercise for someone.
Walking in this city, we're only halfway there. Not okay.
But after a couple of kilometers exploring while passing through the city, we elevated from headphones to live sounds of DJ La Soul, Daliwonga, and Scorpion Kings, and enjoyed the picturesque views, all to celebrate and encourage connection with others through socializing. So now let's find out if our faves are sociable.
I am, because I've spoken to since I got here, I've spoken to 20 people already. So that makes me social, right? I guess. Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I think, I am a social person. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. Yeah, that's just me.
I think I'm pretty sociable, man. I'm approachable even, you know? So when I step into a room, I kind of suss out the vibe. I want to immerse myself fully into the space that I'm in. There's no point in us as artists, and I'm going to say this loudly, being invited and paid for to come to a certain space and then get there and act too much like superstars. Immerse yourself. Hear what the people in the area want to hear. Be with them, chill with them, hang out with them, and when you do, you'll be able to fully grasp what the energy is like, and it helps.
I want the legacy to continue. If we don't know, I'm first time coming in, I'm star now, young star now, and I feel like there's going to be more and more. It's growing, so it's like I'm liking the energy that's the wind spreading, because now it's like it's going on a positive, growing. You know what I'm saying? I'm fun, I'm humble.
At a time where there weren't many male vocalists in Amapiano, one person who came and shook up the vibes is Daliwonga. Through many hit tracks that trailed the growth of this sound, the hitmaker is considered to portray what it is to be born social. And judging by countless chart-topping tracks and the love he's receiving, who can deny that statement?
My major highlights has been my music, the songs I've dropped in 2023. Ooh, fire. Nice. And working with brands. Awesome. Yeah, that's also been my highlight. And the gigs and the love I've been receiving the whole time.
We know the girlies love Dali. But also he's just a really inspirational artist. His sound is unique, his sound is different. Very similar to our brand, where we see ourselves as unique, see ourselves as different, see ourselves as the #1 tonic in the world, the first tonic since 1886. We're going to bring this to the people and really partner with Dali in a very authentic and beautiful way. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, when we were born to be social. We were born to socialize, to get together. We're better together as a people and generally as a nation, right?
And that they did. The vibes were certainly giving. Who knows? If all strolls end up like that, then count me in.
Now that definitely looks like a vibe. I think on the bucket list, I'm just gonna add one more thing. That's the next date. Let's go for a quick break. Keep it tuned to Trendz Live. We'll be back. Stay tuned. Now allow me to welcome you to the last segment of the show. It's been great, but we are not yet done. Now, work-life balance is critical for mental well-being, but it isn't always easy to achieve if you are not someone who has currently been struggling with it. And I'm sure you can admit at one time you actually did. Now, Trendz Love producer Asanda Zondi and a radio-talented guy who refers to himself as the radio superman, and he's good at what he does. Now, we caught up with him this afternoon to discuss all things career, life and love. Let's go get up and close personalinyana with DJ Keyez.
It was exactly 1 p.m. in the afternoon when we sat down for a mouth-watering lunch at a beautiful bistro restaurant in the suburb of Dunkeld, situated north of Joburg. As my guest, DJ Keyez, is not a picky type, I settled for some creamy spinach and salmon. DJ Keyez is an award-winning radio presenter and content producer who has featured alongside well-known DJs in the South African entertainment industry. All this in quest to become one of successful DJs. He is Tebogo Mutabi, famously known as DJ Keyez.
DJ Keyez comes from when I started DJing. I actually wanted a name that has a musical reference to it. And then I realized piano has something to do with music. So initially, the 88 keys, I used to call myself 88 keys, were from the grand piano in the 88 keys. But of course, that has now evolved into DJ Keyez, Senotlolo, Keyez, all of that. So whenever there's a reference of keys, just think of me. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been hearing about your name, Keyez. Now you are a radio presenter at one of Joburg's biggest, what you call commercial radio stations. You are doing well for yourself, right? Let's talk about your career journey. Where did it all begin?
This year I'll be celebrating 12 years in the broadcasting industry. That's how long I've been doing radio. And radio is that thing where I felt I could actually do this. But I never told anyone until I got to varsity. And then when I got to varsity, I found out about Voice of Wits. And Voice of Wits, I went, tried my luck. First audition sucked, I'll tell you that much, and then I left. And then I went back and asked, besides being on the mic, what else can somebody do on radio? And then they told me about the different options. Can be part of marketing, there's a music team. When I heard the music team, I was like, oh, okay, music, what do you do? They were like, music compilers. So they put together the playlist, they do this and that. At that time, I think around 2011, I'd started DJing. So I was like, okay, music is my thing. Let me apply for the music compiling. 2012, Voice of Wits called me to be one of their music compilers, and that's how it started.
When it comes to presenting in the broadcasting sector, what is more important? Is it actually the education background, or is it more about the talent?
With me, it was a bit of both, where the educational background played a role, but also finding that talent and making sure that it's out there, and then eventually putting all the work in, because you know what they say about 10,000 hours. You need to put in that 10,000 hours for you to be just good enough, So yeah, a bit of both.
How do you network with people, the right people, without overwhelming them, without being annoying, without being irritating?
So you need to talk to people, especially if you find them in relaxed places. So, obviously, I'm not saying bombard people when you meet them in restaurants and all of that, but look for the right opportunity to have a conversation about people like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I do this and that, just plant a seed. But the important thing, and it's something that I've always learned, don't abuse access to people, because sometimes people are nice enough to be like, oh, okay, you want to learn the industry, come shadow me, and then you go through to whatever station you go to. You end up taking the conversation to, let's say, WhatsApp, whatever. Don't be that annoying guy every day, So also, it's a bit tricky. Don't abuse access, but make sure that you use the people that you're connected to that give you an opportunity.
There's no job security. That doesn't work. If they want to change you tomorrow, they will. And it happens. During that moment when you have nothing going on, you feel like your life is a bit stagnant. You look at your peers, you look at the people you were working with, moving forward in life. What motivates you when things are not going well, when things are not going your way? How do you stay motivated?
To be honest with you, it's a very difficult situation to be in. When people talk about artists being depressed, artists being in a dark space. It's because of things like that, you know, because like everybody else, we are human, and when you lose all of that, you do get into a state of, I don't want to call it depression, but a state of not knowing what's coming tomorrow. You are in the dark. Now you need to dig yourself out of this darkness, because it could be a number of reasons why you lose your job. You know what I mean? I mean, for presenters, every 12 months, people panic because we know in April, it's the radio new year. You're not sure if you're going to be there tomorrow. The manager that hired you might not be there tomorrow, you know, because sometimes you lose your job because the new manager wants their own people. It's not even about the fact that your show is not doing well, right? So how do you keep yourself motivated in such situations? Sure, it's very difficult, man. Yeah, I don't know what kept me going, but yeah, I guess resilience. Trying to tell yourself that I am good enough. I know I can do this. Yes, it might be dark right now, you know, because yeah, it's very difficult, especially if you don't have that support structure.
What can you say to motivate that young person looking at this insert today, Guti? They can actually try, you know, and give this a chance and make it.
Biggest thing, be yourself. Because a lot of people come in this thing and be like, I look up to DJ Keyez, so I need to sound like DJ Keyez for me to make it. You actually don't, you know? Sometimes being yourself actually helps.
What lesson of love can you share as we move towards the next month, where love is going to be the conversation, the bigger conversation, the biggest topic? What can you say?
Self-love, be comfortable with being alone until the right person that meets all your criteria comes through, then it's fine.
I care when they say today's tea is water, tomorrow's garden, they were absolutely right. I hope this gave you some perspective. Now you go and become a better version of yourself. Thanks, DJ Keyez.
And just like that, the best show on your TV screen every Friday night has to come to an end. And surviving January, we have conquered Aluta Continua. It's time for us to tap into the month of love, February. Now, ladies, Siancela, Osogisi, Otai, Cologne, please try harder, ladies. Boma Valentine's gift. The pressure is getting worse. From the amazing team behind the camera and from me, Tisetso Masike, in the very wise words of Oskambo, bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love my job.